Hello, hello, hello. Today I am playing around with some more neon colors. Now, I've got this black journal out and I'm just checking out some of the products to see how they perform on a black surface. This is a solid color marker, um, and I will have a list of products in our group for you so that you can check them out. But this particular marker does not move with water very well, but it will smear with your finger and it's supposed to dry after maybe 10 minutes. So that's kind of interesting, and it does give kind of a chalky finish to it. I'm just writing down in my book what each one of these is, and that one happens to be a Sakura solid paint marker. Um, this is the Liquitex paint, and you can see that it's supposed to be a hot pink, but it looks kind of reddish. It's Liquitex Basic on the black, so don't expect to get a hot pink when you put it over black because it's going to pick up the black from underneath. I have these watercolors, and what I'm doing is I'm mostly working with the pinks to start with. I just want to see what each one of these products does. I sprayed the page with some Liquitex spray uh, paint in a hot pink, and this is the watercolor that I got. It's a cheap watercolor from Amazon. It's Komori Bee watercolor, and it's in 6 neon colors. And it worked pretty well. It's more like a gouache, and so it, disguises the black underneath. But then again, it looks rather red, not hot pink. I'll have to try these same products out on some white and see what the differences are. But next up, I'm getting some neon embossing powder. This is a pink neon from Ranger, and I'm just going to stamp it with some Versamark, which is a clear ink, so that you can see how opaque it is. And then I will put the pink embossing powder down over the stamped image. And this turned out really well. It's really a hot pink and shows up beautifully on the black. So I'm thinking I will be using quite a few of those neon embossing powders this month because I like the contrast with the black. It's just pretty awesome. So that was just a little sponge stamp. I don't even think they make that one anymore. They might have something similar to it, but I've had these for years, and I just wanted to stamp it in ink and get it in my book. So I'm writing the name of each one of these around the imagery on the page so that I can remember what I used. And let's see what's next. Oh, this is a paint marker, a Posca. No, that one was the Neopacific. And I do put some white down to see if there's a difference between just putting it on the black and putting it over a white. There's the white Posca underneath, and I'm going to dry that down, and I'm going to put some of that Neopacific over the top. It does lighten it up a little bit. Still not wonderful. So, yeah, kind of a pale, not fluorescent pink, but it's pink. Now I'm going to use the Posca pens. And these are vivid pink on that black, so I like that. In the bottom next to it is a spray that I created, just taking some of the Deco Art paint and adding some water to it and putting it in a spray bottle. And I wanted to see what that would do. The Deco Art neon are kind of unimpressive on black. They're just fine on white, but just kind of unimpressive on the black. So next up is the Daler-Rowney FW ink. This is kind of a pearlized pink. I'm just going to dry that down before I label that on the page. So next up, Shell and I Now this was not part of the live stream. Sometimes I start before the live stream, and I did start before the live stream on this because I wanted to try out some of these products. So yeah, this is part of the live stream, and I missed getting the camera going on the first part of it. So I embossed the disco girl that's dancing, and I wanted to create kind of a neon effect on that stenciled piece. That stencil is from Donna Downey, and it says "Find Your Balance." So I'm going to take a white pen now. I stenciled it in some, what was that? That was a Distress Oxide ink. I'm going to take a white jelly roll and go over that because I want it to look the way a neon does. You can see there's the jelly roll on the black, and I've got several different colors in pink. This one is a deeper kind of orchid pink, and the white. I'm trying some other pens, but they don't really seem to do much good, so I would recommend the Moonlight Jelly Roll pens if you want to get this effect. So I'm going to use the white pen and just outline my words. So once I outline in white, I come back with that pink jelly roll to give it kind of a highlight or shadow. If you look at a picture of the words like on the mood board, and I'm looking at the words itself where it says "Let's Get Weird," it looks like there's a white center to that and then a darker pink to the outside, and then it kind of fades out into a feather look. So that's kind of what I'm going for with these 3 different applications on this stenciled Find Your Balance imagery. But if you look at a neon sign, the center is usually bright white, and then it's got, you know, the other colors, and then it feathers out into the darkness of the night, which is why they like it on nighttime signage. So I'm going to go around these stars. These also are part of that Andy Skinner stencil from Deco Art. I am a Deco Art artist, so I use their things quite often too, which is the paints that I was trying to showcase here. And the 3 women are a Stencil Girl stencil from Carolyn Doobie. Pretty awesome stencil. And now here's another stencil that has a heart on it. And I just want to go around the outside edge of that heart. So I'm using my Distress Oxide to create kind of a background, a backdrop for this girl. She looks like she's given the peace sign and maybe dancing, but looking at this and I'm trying to figure out, do I want that? Do I want some words? And I go to another stencil and put Untamed, Life Untamed. We were talking about when we were younger and when we were grounded and all kinds of fun things in the show. And Life Untamed just kind of popped out there. And so I stenciled that onto the top of the page. And then I'm also get another stencil from Tim Holtz collection. It's Stampers Anonymous stencil, and it's in kind of this swirly star. And I wanted to add some smaller stars along with the bigger ones. So I reached for that Tim Holtz stencil, and I'm going to use some white picket fence ink to create those. Now I am going to outline the life with that pink Posca, just so that it pulls up off of the page a little bit more and separates out. I'm just putting some twinkle lights outside of those stars with that same Posca. You know, adding a little bit of this and that. Jazzifying. Okay, so here comes the white to get the emphasis like the neon light. And now I'm looking through my stencils. There's the handout that you can get on Art Joy of Sharing. If you're a member, you can go over there and print out all of these things that we provide for you. And I am writing Let's Get Weird and Have Some Fun beside the girl. And then I decide I also need some journaling on the other side of the page, so I'm just going to journal within this lady image. She's a gal pal, talking about finding arty friends and amazing women and, you know, what they add to our life. So, I like that. I'm happy with that. I'm going to get that stencil and I want to do a little bit of outlining of those women that are there in the group together. Not complete line, but, you know, just to get a little separation. Get a little line so that they're grounded. I got some place to stand. And here I'm looking for that Tim Holtz star stencil, that swirl one. Almost gave up, and then it was like the next to last one. You know how it is when you're looking through things? It's always the next to last one, right? So I'm going to get that white, pick a fence, and stencil those stars. I hope you are all enjoying our month of neon challenges. If you are, please remember to post using our hashtag so that we can find what you have done. And come and join us on Art Joy of Sharing each week on Thursday. And let us know whether you like this challenge or not, because we'd like to know if this is something you'd like to see in the future. So I had a lot of fun with this. I didn't think I was going to enjoy the neon pop, but to my surprise, I really am having a good time with this. So I'll give you some parting shots here. Please remember to be kind and leave me a thumbs up and let other people know about my videos so that YouTube knows that these things are of value to you. And I will see you on the next video. Thanks.